Hi, and welcome to another episode of It Was My Fault. We missed a week. We're sorry. We're not sorry.
In 5D.
Maybe me and Klops are sorry.
That's
Don't put words
true.
in my mouth.
That's true. I usually put other things in his mouth, but words, never.
I won't stand for it.
He won't stand. He only
Baby
lies
carrots.
down. He takes it lying down.
Actually, you want to know a real thing? Like, he's mostly kidding, but here's a real thing he does. Don't yawn on a long car trip with Eduardo. He will put his finger in your mouth.
I will.
He will do that.
It's funny.
It's
Most-
not funny.
Steal your yawns.
It's actually started because I'm going to say 60% of all the co-pilots I've ever had on long trips fall asleep. You sons of bitches. So it started with
I only fell asleep the one long one to LA. Other than that, I was fine.
no, there were plenty of Comic-Cons where everyone else was asleep except for me.
I don't remember Comic-Con.
You don't remember with 6 of us or whatever? No, there were 5 of us in a fucking 4-door coupe.
Memories couldn't be processed at the time because that middle seat was too busy digging into our spines and slowly killing us.
Well, that and the fact that our friend Eric at the time refused to fucking sit in the middle.
Shower.
Oh, that too. That was bad. I didn't relinquish the bed, but now that I think of it, that was good because he hadn't showered the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I regret nothing about that. I mean, we were poor kids. Just go to Comic-Con. That
Yeah.
was back in Comic-Con cost like $75 or something for the whole week.
Yeah. Oh, it was the 40th anniversary, and because that was the first year we went, was the
Yeah.
40th year of Comic-Con, and it was a very even like there were people at the 40th Comic-Con talking about how it's not the same convention, and now here we are with the 50th Comic-Con just passing, and I'm like, it's not the same convention.
I know.
It happens to everybody.
You live long enough to become the fucking villain in this story, right?
I think this year actually had more comics than some of the previous years had. I mean, obviously not like it used to be, but
Yeah,
better.
well, I think it also has to do with the fact that the major studios don't feel they're getting the bang with the bang for their buck, and they did less things. Like Hall
Well,
H
and that-
was mostly like it wasn't really new announcements. It was just mostly shit that was either sequels or shows that are continuing.
right.
I've never been to Comic-Con.
You should go sometime. It's
It's
fun.
hard.
It's hard to get into, but it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've the
I think I'd rather go to Burning Man.
See, and that's where I'm like, it's just.
But
dirty and
everybody else
you
is-
find good food.
But everybody at the same. This is the same thing. They're saying it's not the same.
Oh yeah, that's what I've heard.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like there was
Uh,
when you hear Woodstock, everyone thinks of that one Woodstock, but there's been a lot of Woodstocks.
Yeah. But another topical. You want to go topical? Do you guys hear a bunch of companies are planning on not going to E3 at all? I feel like E3 might have its days numbered unless it can drum up some buzz.
Well, and remind me, because I might be fucking this up. Wasn't E3 the one that was closed to the public and then for a
Yeah.
number of years open to the public, and then they closed it to the public again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the second time they closed it to the public was when it all just started going downhill, honestly.
Well, but now companies like I believe I don't have anything in front of me, so forgive me if I'm a little off on this, but I believe Sony's not going at all.
Aren't they
Yeah.
holding their own though?
They haven't gone for a while.
But it's still one of the major factions just isn't going to go. The Xbox is blowing all of their like big Xbox announcements. They're like the consoles pretty much shown off. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sure they'll have more to show at E3, but none of the big reveals, none of the craziness is going to be there. They're already showing all that off. Switch is doing their Nintendo Direct, so I don't imagine E3 is going to have anything fucking mind-blowing from like, there's nothing on the way.
So,
Like they don't have a new console in the works. They've pretty much announced the major titles that are coming out.
Well, what do you think? Let's get into it a little bit more. And Jonathan, I want your opinion as well, because you used to work at a video game store, right?
No.
Oh, I thought my bad. I thought he did.
Correct me if
honestly.
I'm wrong here, but you're some sort of particle physicist.
Nope.
You're wrong.
I mean,
yeah.
I've worked in the entertainment industry as far as club and venues and being a facade
honestly,
builder
I
and a lighting
thought
tech.
You worked at a
Um,
GameStop in the past.
I
I think you're
no.
thinking of Marcus.
I
nope.
might be.
Marcus
knew
worked
people-
at GameStop.
I knew people that worked at Game Crazy. I knew people that worked at GameStop, but I never actually worked for GameStop.
Do you have any friends at Funkoland?
Nope. Funkoland was already debunked by the time I got around to it.
Oh, that's fair. I miss Funkoland, man. Funkoland was the jam.
And you know what? My first introduction to a video game store was in Salinas. It was EB Games, actually, strangely enough.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all motherfuckers thought it was going to be something Mexican, right? Like Juegos or some shit like that. I know what you were thinking, bitches. But, yeah, it was EB Games, and it was like the first time I walked in there, these were some of the most expensive things I had ever seen, and I had no idea what they were. Because I didn't know what video games were, really.
The first thing Eduardo saw was like an Atari Jaguar or a the Pippin, the Apple Pippin. That thing retailed for $800 in like 1996.
No, it's not even that. So look at it this way. Like I had bought myself a Nintendo, but you always went to like Kmart or one of those other places, like a department store that had that shit. I didn't know they had stores purely dedicated to games, and EB Games at the time was stocking a lot of computer games.
Correction. The Apple Bandai Pippin was 1996, and it was $599 in 1996.
Christ.
Wow, that's insane.
It's a wonder it didn't sell.
But yeah, anyways, it was just like they had figurines and shit. I obviously immediately nerded out because I've always been a nerd, but still. Before that, my point, what I was trying to say is, well, I guess fuck you, cops. Bonzo, what do you think made E3 fucking collapse, basically?
I don't want to go as far as collapse. I wonder if this is something kind of telling of the times, like a changing of that guard, so to speak.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, with all the changes and stuff that AAA gaming companies have been through, and like the proprietization of like fucking proprietary DLC and like trying to like splinter the fan base of like video games and everything. Like right now, you can play Xbox and Windows games if you're still with Microsoft, right? You know what I mean? You can kind of, so it's like starting to kind of mend a little bit of that like console war. Which console are you with, right? You know. So I think with that, like a lot of the companies, they're doing their own thing, but they're also like not being proprietary as much because like Fortnite, I hate to say it, but like it's on every console, and like most of them are able to play with each other with the exclusion of Sony. I think Sony's the only one that doesn't want to play with the other ones.
And the war is still very much alive, apparently. According to reports, both Microsoft and Sony are holding back on revealing the price of their next consoles until the other one drops the price. So far, the PlayStation 5 is costing about $450 to make.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And people are already saying, like, there's no way they're going to charge $500 for it. So they're going to wait and see what Microsoft drops the price at, so they know if they're going to sell it at cost or if they're going to sell it at a loss. Which, for the record, the PS4 sold at a loss. It's kind of expected. I was talking to one of the retailers at a local store that I go to. We were talking about the Switch Lite when I was still looking at either getting a Lite or a second Switch. He was like, honestly, the Lite's made at cost. He's like, we make almost no money off of it, and the Nintendo makes like nothing off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically sold at cost.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the same everywhere though. Like,
yeah, most of these guys are spitting these things, but it's like just that little what I'm getting at. That war is still very much alive. If they're both pulling this like, well, you show first. No, you show first. No, you show first. You know what I mean? There's still the little spitting back and forth going while Nintendo goes and plays their own game.
Well, you know,
like they're showing up and playing hard poker, and Nintendo's like, "Go fish!" Ha ha.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you there. I'm talking more like the gaming aspect of it seems to be more inclusive than it was.
The software is getting there. The hardware is not.
Right. But I mean, looking at the Xbox X or whatever the fuck it is, it just looks like
Series X?
Yeah, whatever. It just looks like a goddamn computer.
It does. It's just a tower.
Yeah, that's all it is. So, you know what I mean?
I'm making this pledge to you now. I will never run that thing vertically. Ever.
Oh, no. Why would you?
Never, ever.
No,
never
that's
running
a dumb. Ever since the 360, I learned my lesson.
Yep. Yeah.
Never put anything that may take a disc vertical.
Yep. If you're going to play it totally download, and the rumor is they're going to release a download-only version of the console.
Is it going to be?
Well, they've already
cheaper?
done that with the Xbox One.
Right, but like at launch, like day one, you'll have options of packages, and one of the package will be a no disk drive version, supposedly. Which, interesting. Not my jam. Never going to do that. Sorry. Seriously, the day Xbox is like, we're doing no discs on this console at all, is when I go exclusive to one of the other ones. I will never do a no disc system.
I thought that's what they were doing with this one.
No, it'll have it will have a disc drive.
Oh, I mean, discs are going out though. Like everything's digital download now.
Yeah, it's not something I'm really ever going to adopt.
Why don't they just sell you flash sticks with the game on it?
I've been saying that for a while. They're so cheap. It's basically what Nintendo's doing. The little SD cards.
Yeah,
pretty
They're
much.
cheap as fuck. The only thing I don't like, this savings has never been passed on to the consumer. This is what pisses me off the most about digital games. They're not making it any cheaper for you. So they're saving on
them more expensive.
Yeah, they're saving on packaging, they're saving on materials, and they're not passing that on to you. They're just collecting it and tipping their hats.
I mean, that's
fucked up.
That's the problem with the game industry, though, right? Like they're just going to collect that. That's the problem with that. That's why I think there is a kind of, I won't say collapse, but like a kind of down with it, right? Because like there's a lot of people that are angry at that. Like I know a lot of people that were console gamers that are switching over to PC just because of the same reason I did. I got so stifled with like not having any options and like paying overpriced for these kind of shitty games that I might as well go to the PC market.
I've become a console gamer who's fine with just waiting. Like, there are games that I'll buy day one, but there's also a lot of games where I'm like, I'll wait till that costs $30. That might be 2 or 3 years, and that's okay. I'll just play that in 2 or 3
I'm doing
years.
that with the PC as well now. Like, there's a couple of games where I keep looking at, they go on sale or something, and I go, not yet, Buttercup, soon.
Not good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do that too, unless it's like something that like me and my friends are going to all jump into, but at the same time, with the deals that come on PC and with the gray market, like,
PC's better at I personally won't do gray one, but the deals come up a lot more frequently and a lot harder on PC than they do on console.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like
Nintendo does not do cheaper prices on Nintendo, like directly, like Mario and Zelda. That shit does not drop in price.
They've been doing a little bit on the digital store. Yeah,
they do.
Oh, maybe for digital, but I mean for physical, bro. Mario Odyssey is still like $50.
Yeah. Mario, I think it was Raving Rabbits was on sale on digital on the Switch for like $15 or something like that.
I think I got that used for $30.
And I bought Valkyrie Chronicles 4 for the Switch for $15.
Yeah, maybe the online store's the way to go, but I can't do it.
Yeah,
but I mean that's where I get all my games from Nintendo now, just on their little online store. Like
I need my bad tasting cartridges.
Unless I'm at work and I'm like, I want to spend money.
Well,
and then I buy
honestly, I've been
DS
playing my console a lot less now, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I just haven't had any games that draw me to them because most of the games I can either play on my computer. The only console that is fucking rocking it for me is the Switch, and I never fucking expected that.
Yeah,
like,
same.
I am eating all kinds of crow because when the Switch was announced, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, up until that point, even the gaming on an iPad or the gaming on an iPhone or any of that stuff was not ready. Mobile gaming was just kind of hot garbage.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even get the Switch until about a year after it came out.
Same.
And I was totally fucking wrong. I love my fucking Switch. That motherfucker goes with me all over the place.
I bought a second one.
Yeah. So it was like the last handheld I had was the 3DS that my wife got me, a 3DS XL or the big fuck off one.
Yeah.
She got
XL.
it me for a Christmas present, and it was good, and it had some good titles, but it still, like, I would have never stopped playing my other consoles for that.
Right.
I would never stop playing my PC games for that. And now, like, the last 3 games I've fully finished are all on the fucking Switch. Right now.
So this came up at work, and we're kind of on this topic where now I kind of got to ask you guys. So me and a coworker are pretty heavy, like, we fall on different sides of the fence of the console war, but in a very friendly fashion. Like, we're really curious as to what, is the grass greener? What are you going to get out of box? What am I going to get out of box, right? So I fall very firmly on the PlayStation side. I've just been happy with my PlayStation. He falls very firmly on the Xbox side. And I said, look, for me, what it really comes down to is PlayStation can come out of the gate with better exclusive titles than Xbox can right now. I just haven't seen exclusives on the Xbox that I've really given a shit about. And PC is a big factor in that. There's a lot of games they're like, it's only on Xbox and on your PC. And I go, then I'm going to get it on my PC.
Yeah.
Like Cuphead, there was no question. Bought that shit on my PC. Like a lot of their exclusives. I'm just going to get it on PC. And he's like, no, you're absolutely right. And he ended up breaking down and buying a PlayStation because they just had the bet. Like, he has both of them. I have both of them. But he got his Xbox first and his PlayStation second. I got my PlayStation first, my Xbox second. He's wondering out of the gate, he's like, I want to get the Xbox, but if there's just no titles, I might end up getting a PlayStation day one. So yeah, that's kind of where I am at. I'm more convinced that PlayStation is going to have, out of the gate, better launch titles than Xbox will. But what we were talking about, what I'm getting at, what are some exclusive titles that would lock in the Xbox for you? Like, what's something that Xbox can announce? It would have to be exclusive. So, like, in this world, Klops, they're not releasing it on PC. They're probably going to release all their shit on PC. But in this world, they're not going to release it on PC. What's something that they go like, hey, we're putting this out exclusive, and you go, fuck, that just got my money. And it's got to be like a them exclusive. You can't be like, oh, if they fucking put out like a play, Horizon, it's got to be an Xbox.
See, I really don't know Xbox titles that well. Like, are you talking about just in-house, or are you talking about any company that just goes exclusive with them?
We were putting it in the idea of in-house. That's how we framed it. We were saying like something they own already. Like, they own all the Rare Studio stuff now.
Yeah.
I believe they bought that. So like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
That was the breaker for my coworker. He's like, if they drop an exclusive new dope-looking Banjo game, he's 100% in on his. He already was, but he's like, that's the tipping point. If they do that, he's over the moon.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get, because if it was like a Banjo-Kazooie game, I probably would be into it. Like, if it was really good looking and like
one of those rare games.
Yeah, like back to their kind of roots, I would probably be all in.
All right.
So I have one for both.
Okay.
And one of them you're gonna be highly disappointed, so I'm gonna say it first.
Halo.
No. Well, yes, it's one of them, but Halo Wars 2.
Oh, actually,
or the next.
I liked Halo Wars 1.
Yeah. So
I didn't play. They already did it 2, and I didn't play it. But
oh, well, then I guess the next one. But if they were to drop an exclusive Halo Wars, I'd be so fucking down, because I played both of them and I liked them.
I only played the first one, but it was real good. My only problem with the first one was that you couldn't play Flood.
Yeah, because it felt like there were some expansions that just never materialized.
Right.
And I always wanted to also play because they had hinted that they were gonna play the Ancients or the
Process?
Protheans.
Yeah, Protheans.
Yeah. So I
was close.
Something. Yeah. And
enough.
then, but that's for Xbox. And now for PlayStation, a new Ratchet and Clank.
Really? That's the cincher for you?
Like a new story, Ratchet and Clank. But see, the thing is that with Horizon, I already know that I'm gonna buy both of them. It might take a while.
I will buy them, but I probably won't buy the Xbox right away.
And that's just it. Like, if as launch titles are being announced, if the PlayStation is dropping, like even Horizon, like I can wait. It was fucking fantastic. But a new Ratchet and Clank, I love the dick out of those games.
You're gonna hate my PlayStation one.
But yeah. Anyways, that's me. What's your PlayStation 1, Klops?
Bloodborne 2.
Ugh. I honestly, it'd be a draw for a lot of people. I get it. It just ain't for fucking me.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Well, I'm so in. If Bloodborne 2, just bam. Like, Sony, shut up and take my money, Sony.
What's
so another
yours,
one,
though?
Another one me and my buddy from work came up with. We were right in that same vein as Klops, but I didn't land Banjo-Kazooie. I'd really like to see a new Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one, too.
Especially, like, honestly, I've played the first one on N64, and I've played it on my 360. Now, honestly, I'd kind of like to see like a Conquer 2. I think you could do a real fucked up Conquer 2 on modern on modern console. But
yeah, that would be a good one.
My other two close ones, nobody, like, there's a handful of people who are going to go like, all right. I don't think anybody in the world is going to be as excited for this as I would be. Fusion Frenzy 3. I'm tired of Mario Party owning the minigame game circuit. I don't like it. Fusion Frenzy is the fucking jam, and a Fusion Frenzy 3 on the Xbox Series X, I would 100% buy an Xbox Series X just for Fusion Frenzy 3.
I only played the first one of that, but I was also thinking Brute Force would be another one.
Ooh, good pull, good pull.
And so was Pariah. Pariah was another one that I really liked for the Xbox.
I don't want to see a new one. I want the original one updated, but Stubbs the Zombie. Stubbs needs an HD remake. So
yes, those would be fun.
That game would be so good. Or, and I've actually heard this is coming, but if it goes exclusive, whoever does this one, like, gets my money. I've heard they're doing an HD remake of Tony Hawk 1.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
But here's my fucking caveat. If you change a single song from that soundtrack, I'm out. I'm 100% out. The Tony Hawk soundtracks, even if you didn't love that music or every song on it, those soundtracks are so fucking iconic. You cannot touch the soundtracks on a Tony Hawk game if you're remastering. Though
I was more a fan of the second one, honestly.
Sure, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
Even the songs you don't like from the soundtrack need to be on the soundtrack.
Yeah, I didn't like the third one as much because I didn't like the soundtrack as much.
Me and my buddy were also saying the guys who do Skate should just do like a Thug equivalent. It's Skate, but you bring on like Tony Hawk and Stacy Peralta and Bam Margera. You have them record voices, and it's more of like an adventure Skate. You go around. Yeah. Oh, you have to set up these amps, and you got to lay out these sticks, like whatever the fuck stupid Thug missions you could. But a new Thug game would destroy minds, especially if you gave it the Skate game mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Fuck me. Klops, I need you to make some calls and just make all these games happen.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'll do.
Yeah.
Were any of you guys ever into the Killzone series?
Yeah, I liked the first one. I played Liberation as well,
and it was really boring.
I didn't play that one.
The PS4 one?
Yeah.
Shadowfall?
Really that sounds right.
Oh, that sucks. Because I remember I beat that first game, like, no joke, like 6 or 7 times. I love that fucking game, the first one. Number 2 was pretty good, and then I remember 3, I think that was the one on PS3. I thought it was short and kind of boring.
That's kind of how I felt about the one on PS4. Maybe it was the PS3 one. It was the reason I don't know. My wife was doing work at PlayStation for a while, and she would just come home with stacks of games sometimes as they were on sale. She got me one of the Killzones, and now that he's saying it, maybe it was the PS3 one and not the PS4 one.
Yeah, so
I could run downstairs and check, but I've only played one, and the one I played was really short and really boring.
That might have been 3. I remember 3 because I played 1, 2, and 3, and I played Liberation, and that was like the last of the Killzone that I played.
It's funny, they even did an HD remake of the original Killzone for PlayStation 3, but it's only for PlayStation 3, and I'm like, if you're making HD remakes, like, step that some bitch up.
What about Kill Switch? Remember that one?
Kill Switch.
Yeah, I think it was on the Xbox.
I don't know this game.
Yeah, its whole premise was basically that you could shoot over cover, you could blind fire.
Oh, I remember this advertised, but I never played this.
Yeah, I did not play this.
It was pretty decent back in the day. I don't know if it would really do well with an update because shooting around cover is just a normal mechanic now.
Right.
But at the time, it was really fun.
That was a Namco game too.
Yeah, that
wow.
was one of my favorites that I played.
I want another Saints Row, but I have no idea how they would do it.
No, let it die. Let it
just go play Skyrim. Yeehaw!
I have no idea what that is.
It's Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, nah, fuck off.
Skyrim. Yeehaw!
I like it.
I liked it. I'm sorry. Saints Row was great. Saints Row
was really good. I liked all of them, but it's done. We're done.
You don't think they could do like a time travel one? You got to fight some fucking dinosaurs.
Oh, dude. Okay. That's what. So my new Xbox exclusive, besides Banjo Kazooie, would be Time Splitters.
Ooh, Time Splitters could be fun. That was a good one.
I had so many hours on that game with friends and like playing around with it and everything. I loved the Time Splitter series, like doing the co-op campaign and everything.
Yeah, I'm into that.
I think it was
Alright.
Time Splitters 2 specifically that I really liked.
So
2 was really good, but one more that has to get thrown in, and fuck Paradox Games for not immediately whipping this out. Hunter, the Hunter series.
Hunter Reckoning?
Well, there was Hunter, Hunter the Reckoning, Hunter Wayward, and Hunter Redeemer. All of them.
oh, that's right.
Fucking tastic.
I had
Those
Hunter the
games
Reckoning.
Come
and
back.
I never beat it because it was too hard.
Those games are brutal. Like, you need other people to play the Hunter games, but Hunter is so good.
Is it on PC? Because I will buy Hunter the Reckoning like right now.
Hunter the Reckoning
Klops,
is
drive
on
up to Oregon. I have them all
PS4.
here.
No, I want it on PC so I can play with my friends on PC.
Your friends on PC are gross. I've met them.
Yeah, they are, but at least they play video games with me. Whereas
Play games?
if I drove up and got the games and came back, I wouldn't have any friends to play them with.
No, you don't come back with them. You just play it here with
All right.
me.
So, did any of you guys play this game called Time Shift?
Time ship?
Shift.
Oh, I was hoping it was a game about a time boat.
Yes.
I
it's a
think
game
I heard about
time
that
boat.
one. I never played it. Let me pull it up because if it's the one I'm
So
thinking
I
of,
believe this
yes,
was
I did
an-
play this one.
An Xbox exclusive, I believe. I could be wrong.
No, it was Xbox 360 and PS3 because I played it on PS3.
Okay, so the
I remember-
launch was just delayed by a month. Okay, that's weird.
Yeah,
I-
because I remember
I thought-
Fallen had it.
Oh, I remember this cover, and that's all I remember.
because I had it.
He basically had bullet time. That's all it was.
No. I like this game. Unfortunately, I don't think it was well received, but I like the mechanic. It wasn't just that you could slow, stop bullets or reverse time itself. You could actually solve certain of the puzzles, either forwarding time to decay an object or reversing time to bring the object back. And you'd be kind of stuck like in between times, so a lot of the story elements you'd like reverse time to be able to like view them and whatnot. I thought it was a
so
pretty
it
good
says
game.
you can actually slow, stop, or rewind time,
Yeah.
which is actually kind of an interesting mechanic.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know what this one reminds me of though, and 100% needs a sequel. Remember Psyops?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that game got so broken. If you just put all your points into telekinesis, and then really anytime, you just telekinesis and up really quickly, and it just flings people into the sky. And the game had fall damage, so anytime they're like, "You have to quietly take this place out," I was like, "Cool, fling, fling, fling," and then like 5 minutes later, you're like, slam, and then you fling, fling. You just fling people into the fucking sky. It was the best game, and I'm not even saying like it's so easy. No, it's so entertaining to just psychically. You don't need guns. You don't need to throw the fireballs. You don't need any of that. You just need to throw somebody like 100 feet in the air, and then they die from that. That's just real.
Yep.
There's this fantastic comic called The Cape. The entire premise is this guy finds out that his childhood blankie gives him the power to fly. That's it. There's no other superheroes. There's no other magic. Just this guy's blanket allows him to fly. And he proceeds to just kind of get revenge on all the shitty people in his life. He picks up his ex-girlfriend and drops her in a fountain. Somebody owes him a bunch of money, so he takes a chainsaw and throws it into a jet engine and just crashes the entire plane because that guy was on it. Like he just does things like, yeah, flying is actually terrifying. Really stop for a second and think about somebody who can just lift off into the air. He could kill everyone. He just needs to be able to pick you up for 30 to 40 seconds and then drop you. The end. There's nothing you can do about that. You're fucked. He could just lift large objects, fly into the air, and let the fuck go. Dead people. It's horrifying. Oh, Psyops is such a good game.
All right, so have you guys heard of this game that's out now called Control?
Control.
I think I heard of
Yes,
it.
it's by the same studio that did Quantum Break. They did Alan Wake as well. Like, this is a studio that has done some really good things.
Yeah, I've heard of this
Quantum
one.
Break. Have not played it.
Okay,
at all.
I have played it, and I enjoyed the living dog shit out of it. The problem was, at the time, my machine couldn't handle it, and now that I built a new rig, it can, but I haven't gone back.
Okay.
But so, and then Control is, think the SCP department, and you're one of its agents.
Yeah.
So
I remember watching some of this game
Wait,
or
like
some of the gameplay
officially or like loosely?
loosely.
Loosely. You're a department that does the same thing as the SCP does.
Okay. God, the SCP just needs a AAA game.
Yeah, it does. Or a good solid movie. I always thought like almost like maybe a more Lovecraftian Men in Black style movie. Because if you read the SCP site, like, dude, the fucking prisoners die all the fucking time.
Yeah.
There's a free-to-play game about that that's part of SCP. It's like SPC Secret Lab or something like that.
There's several. There's 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. There's also the Slim Man
I'm just saying that I've played
There's the staircase one.
yeah, that's also had Slim Man, I think. That's his name, right? Am I saying that right?
Slender Man?
Slender Man, Slim Man. Jesus
No,
Christ.
the stairs one does not have Slender Man.
Oh, I thought eventually something gets you. I thought it was Slender Man.
Well, it does, but you never see what it is. Basically, the whole game is just how far you can walk down this staircase, and at some point you will randomly be murdered.
Yeah, I've seen that one, but Fear Secret Laboratory is actually a multiplayer game.
I haven't played that one then.
It's basically there's 3 SCPs, and each one has their own different abilities. I think they rotate every time because I've only played the monsters once. And you guys are kind of on a team together, and you're out to kill all the SCP people, like all the scientists and stuff. So like the first way we start out is you're either a prisoner, a prison guard, or a scientist. Right, and you're supposed to be doing different objectives to try to either capture the monsters and get out, or just get out, right? Depending on what it is. It can be really toxic. I will not lie. Even I was giving into some of the toxicity, which was kind of fun because I turned to the guy. I was a prison guard, and one of the prisoners had picked up a gun, and I shot him and said, "Prisoners do not get guns."
Wow.
And then kept all the other prisoners in line, and then we proceeded to die. But it could be
to die.
Yeah, but that's okay because even if you die, you just spawn in as the like containment team coming in, and so you're all now military, right? And like eventually you run out of lives, so you can't like just keep dying until you get the monsters, right? But it can be a lot of fun because it's kind of like puzzly, and like you like have to like do different things, and you're trying to like get away from like these SCPs that are trying to fucking do things, and you gotta like try to capture them and shit. It can be a lot of fun. It's a fun free game on Steam. And it's really well done for just being like this freebie that somebody made.
Okay. Well,
right.
it kind of reminds me a little bit of the game that we've been playing, though, Dungeon of the Endless.
I've seen you guys ping about that, but I don't think I've actually watched it.
So it's it's definitely not turn-based, but it's a game where what you end up doing is you are going into this facility and you have a power crystal, and that power crystal helps you power different rooms and different lights, and you clear one room at a time. And the way that it works is as you clear a different room, the possibility that a bunch of enemies will spawn and try to get you. So it's kind of tower defense-y. But instead of making a path, there's certain rooms that you can build like turrets or certain things to like slow down and stop the enemies and keep them from taking out your power crystal. The point of the game is you explore enough of the level to find the exit, and then you pick up your crystal and take it to the exit. But while your crystal is picked up, monsters spawn from every single room and just kind of start attacking. So by that point, you would have want to have like a large enough kind of
Penis.
that too area that is defensible with turrets and this other things. There's other like little mechanics, and it's a pretty fun game. Sage, TK and I were playing it, and we got we got pretty far. We actually, to be fair though, we got further when it was Saint, TK, and I. We got to like the floor 6 because when you bring the crystal to the last room, it's just an elevator that takes you to another floor that's harder. What's cool though is they do have like characters that you can buy because different characters have different skills as they level. But they also have challenges. They have a rotating character where they go, oh, you have to use this character and do X, and you get to unlock the character. So that's pretty cool too. It's it's a pretty fun game, but yeah, it's same concept of just going in and then you could find other people that you hire in the dungeon itself in case somebody dies. So you just have to have enough of the certain type of currency to hire them, and players can come back versus just sitting there and waiting for everybody to finish for an hour. It is a little slow though because you do have to take room one at a time and be able to plan, and it's kind of a whole thing. It's a good game though. I didn't hate it, and which is a lot for me to say about those like roguelike games.
Yeah, that's rare for you.
Yeah, generally not a fan of roguelikes.
I'll have to check it out because I think I actually have it. I just haven't ever installed it.
It's not a big install. Should be fairly quick. But yeah, anyways, all right, so Klops, I have a question. You reviewed Pokemon, the new one, right?
Yeah.
You basically said that it was nothing exciting.
Yeah.
What were some of the problems you had? Because by recently, about 3 weeks ago, I started the game. And I just want to see if I've picked up on the same things that you did.
Okay. I got through the first 3 gyms. And after the 3rd gym, because there's little puzzles and stuff, right? And those were okay and they're kind of entertaining, but it wasn't anything spectacular. I just kind of looked at the game and was like, I don't want to be a Pokemon master now. It just didn't captivate me like the other ones. It didn't really feel like I was really on this great journey or anything like that, right? I just really didn't want to go grind out more Pokemon for the next gyms that I was going to face. And I wasn't excited about it. I thought it would be because I actually liked Pokemon. I just felt like it was just kind of meh. I just wasn't into it. And so I put it down and I haven't picked it up since.
Okay. I do echo some of that. It's specifically around the story just feels bleh.
Yeah.
The tournament style is a little too easy to just. It doesn't feel like a grand adventure. It feels like I'm taking the train around to just different locations. It feels like I'm playing sports ball here. God damn it, right?
Yeah.
Some of the other ones felt like there was an adventure, but it's Pokemon, and I'm enjoying collecting it, and I'm enjoying some of the fights and some of the strategy. So I don't absolutely hate it. I just know you never finished it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. The combat was okay, but it didn't really feel like anything spectacular or new, which is fine because it's a Pokemon game. But then the story didn't really grab me, and I don't know, I just didn't care about the Pokemon.
Was really weak in this one.
And I just didn't care about any of the Pokemon or anything. I was just I'm good. I'm just not gonna. I'll probably grind it out eventually just to do it, but so far I haven't wanted to go back.
So what about you, Bonsai? I know you've finished the story, and you're still playing it, right?
No, I already maxed out my decks. I'm done.
Oh, I thought you were done. I thought you still needed a couple of the exclusives.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I'm done. Oh, well, no. The only thing I need is the other starter. Me and my wife need the 3rd starter. That's the last thing.
I thought you were missing at least some. So
yeah,
wow.
no legendaries, no exclusives. Me and my wife are only missing the final starter with the water one. She chose fire. I chose grass.
Okay, so
you're the weird kid that chose grass all the time.
I always choose grass. I've always chosen grass.
Yeah, I mean you're always the weird one then too.
That's not news.
Yeah, that's true. So okay, then you've done everything there is to do. What do you think? What do you think of the interactions between the Pokemons in the game?
Well, to be fair, the only Pokemon games I have played all the way through were original Red version. Well, whatever the first one for the DS was. Is that black or was that a different one?
Ooh, I don't know.
I think it was black. I think I played through all of
Wasn't one
black.
of the Omega Rubies or any of those?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it was black, but I could be wrong because it's been a while since I played it. And I only played through it once. And then I played this one. I've played bits and pieces of other ones, never all the way through. It felt like a Pokemon game. I will say the writing in this one was a little weaker. It kind of felt like the other two games that I've already played, without any like super interesting story element to really pull me in.
Yeah.
I didn't call who like the main bad guy was going to be right away. I'll give it that. Like it wasn't just like a bullshit predictable slog fest or anything. Just kind of wasn't anything exciting. I will also say like playing the bits and pieces of other ones that I've played or through Go or through some of the other stuff I've played, pretty consistently I have found Pokemon throughout the games. I'm like, this thing's dope, this thing's dope, this thing's dope. Even if all of them aren't dope, there's usually like one or two where I'm that's a fucking badass. This game probably had the least amount, not that there were none, but this probably had the least amount of like dope ass cool new Pokemon for me and like the way I play. So that was kind of rough, but all in all, no, I played the whole thing. I caught everything. I enjoyed the shit out of it. Like it did feel like I was playing an old Pokemon game. Just the problem was maybe I expected some more story out of it and some cooler pokes. But
have you played
like
the
any
expansion?
Anthology or sort of anthology series, when you got a whole different decks every time, you can't expect all of them to be total winner decks. You can't expect every story to be the best story, so it was fine.
Have you played the expansion?
Oh, is that out?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there expansion?
There is an expansion.
I knew it was coming. I didn't know if it was out. It is paid DLC though, correct?
Yeah, it is paid DLC.
Yeah, we have not played that yet.
Is it not out? I thought it was out.
I will play the first one and then I'll decide if I'm going to play the other ones after that. I don't think it's out. Let me see here.
And then while you're looking that up,
you know what? I was gonna say, you know what DLC that I was really surprised with that I really liked?
Bro, it's not out until June.
Well, that's bullshit. Anyways,
was that
I want it now.
I recently got to play like Super Smash Bros. With the DLC characters, and I was really impressed with Banjo-Kazooie.
That's funny. I kind of echo the sentiment though, where this Pokedex felt the weakest. I felt I relied a lot more on Pokemon I already knew.
Yeah.
And it just thematically it was weird, right? Like at one point I have a dragon type that is covered in like battle armor scales, and then on the other side there's an ice cream cone. It was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. So with the new Pokemon, because I also played X and Y.
I did too.
I felt like I have less connection with any of the Pokemon than I ever did before. Like even Ruby, I was like still connecting with Pokemon. But fucking like X and Y, I was like, I don't know what you are, but you're this type, so you're gonna fight that type now. I just feel like ultimate, fighting dog trainer. Like, I don't care what you do, as long as you do your job and kill things.
I never liked that argument. I would say that the difference with Pokemon is that with real animals usually show like a hesitancy at first to fight. Pokemon have never shown anything but a willingness to fight, and anybody who forces a Pokemon that doesn't want to fight has always been shown as vilified. They are clearly more sentient than regular animals, and it's not just cockfighting the video game.
No,
Pokemon
I agree.
themselves have personalities, they have wants, and they have drives. It's been shown in the cartoons, it's been shown in the games. It is not an apples to apples comparison.
I'm not
close because you're going to say something hard right now.
I'm not saying that that's not what the game is about. I'm just saying that I had zero care about their feelings, wants, or needs, and they're just fucking animals to me that they're going to murder each other.
Okay, as long as you're taking personal responsibility for being the monster.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that I felt disconnected by the Pokemon in X and Y in this one, to where I don't care about their wants or needs. You're just going to fight things. And that's why I think I find this heartening about it. It's because I am the monster here.
You're blaming the game for driving you to this point. It has done this to you.
Yes, not just through the mechanics. I'm just talking about that it just doesn't feel the same as my original Pokemon adventures, or even in Ruby, where I was like 20 when I played Ruby, and it had been out for like 5 years before that. it's just I feel such a disconnection with the Pokemon in X and Y because that was the next jump that I did. And in this one, they're pretty much just animals that are going to murder each other for me. That's it. I have no care about their wants. I have no care about their needs. I have no care about breeding them. I don't care about shinies. I don't care about any of that shit. We're just going to get through gyms. That's about it. I'm just going to get through gyms.
I care about shinies.
And that is why I left, because I was like, I just don't have any personal investment in any of this.
I have never once found a shiny in any Pokemon game. And
I have a shiny in Shield.
I found shinies just randomly.
Cool. I hate you both.
But no, I'm with that. I feel that. I will say the only one I had a connection to and always do is like my starter. That's my ride or die motherfucker. My starter's the only one that really matters to me, and then that's what happens. And this time, like I'm even my wife, who did not pick the grass starter, was like, yeah, the grass starter was the coolest one. Her fucking guy grew a turtleneck. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Her fucking guy grew a turtleneck. Mine just got a dope-ass drum kit.
I had this weird relationship with my starter where I fucking hated it for most of the game, and then I learned one move. What?
Your starter is Starscream. He becomes a gun that you use. Yeah. Your starter is literally Starscream.
Pretty much. Like, there's one move, and it's great. It's Snipe Shot. And it's fucking fantastic.
He's Starscream,
and that's it. And that. Oh my god! Look, he looks fucking stupid, and like his moves are they're okay until he gets that move. Everything else is just like vanilla water type, right? There's nothing fucking really special about him. I actually rocked my Gyarados for the longest time as my primary water Pokemon. Because this dude was just so boring. Right now I think it's Golurk. I might be saying that wrong.
Golurk, the big golem thing.
Yeah, that motherfucker is ride or die with me right now. Like he does ghost, he does dark, he does fucking normal.
Yeah, like, I think I have him too.
There's like 5 legendaries in this game, and that's who I'm using.
Are there 5 legendaries? Jeez, I guess I haven't even run into any of them yet.
My team is mostly things that cannot be bred.
That's cool. That sounds like something I would do too. Like right now, currently, I'm working on collecting all the Eevee. I'm making Team cute as fuck, but deadly.
Oh yeah, Brooke already did that. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to the
island,
the Lake of
Rage. Yep.
Yeah, and then there's the stones around there, and you can just grab everything.
Yeah, I haven't found an Eevee in the wild, but I have a Leafeon and a Glaceon already.
Just breed it, fool!
You need a first one.
No, you need a Ditto. I bred 90% of that game with a fucking Ditto.
Ditto and something else.
Yeah, but you have a Leafeon. If you breed a Leafeon with a Ditto, you get an Eevee.
Right. I forgot about that.
God damn it, Eduardo.
I forgot about that. Totally.
You should literally, like... At this point, you can just catch anything, and even if it's already an Evo, breed it back to the base and Evo it up. We did that for like everything.
Yeah. No, that I've been doing with other stuff. Like I haven't not done that, but with it fucked me up that they were different colors, I guess.
No, this one green. It ain't gonna work.
No, because I did the same shit with like the big fuck off eagle. I don't know what it's called. All the new Pokemon are named stupid. The big fuck off eagle. So what it did was I just bred it with an bred it with a Ditto, and then I don't even rock it. I just send it out to fucking go do Poke jobs, and then level it up one time, and then dun dun dun. So. I am enjoying the fuck out of that game, but I do feel it's story-wise it's the weakest. I've played like it's 3 of them, and it just blah.
So can we do this since we're already over on time because we started late? And y'all, I really gotta fucking pee.
No,
can
it's
we
all
play
right.
out 10 minutes early?
All right, that's actually usually the time when we start playing out, anyways. All right, check us out on Monday nights, 7 to 8 p.m. Well, 7-ish, because fuck. On YouTube in 5D Podcasts. We publish under in 5D on iTunes and Podbean. Also check out our video game stream, Metagame Network. That's twitch.tv/Metagame Network. That is Tuesdays 7 to 9. We've got a couple of things coming up. We've got Bias Bros every other Thursday. That's with Bonsai here and Jay, and they do movies, but more serious, less
Sort of.
joking. Yeah, not really. But it's more in depth than actual like cinema talk versus
Sort of.
us just doing reviews. Yeah. Next time I'll just let him describe it.
Sort of.
We also have we have a new podcast that we're cooking. I don't want to just flip the switch on that just yet because it's not ready to go, but look forward to something new. Final words, Klops.
I'm running it.
Klops has, yeah. Well, there's 2 new ones technically. There's
Yeah.
the mini ones that we're all doing, and then there's the Klops one. Klops is doing a podcast. I'm
talking
very
about
proud of him.
I was talking about the
Yay.
Klops one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's one we're all doing together that's not released yet, and then Klops is doing one, and I'm proud of Klops. Gold Star Klops.
Yeah, Gold Star Me. It's basically just more little reviews with random people that I watch things with.
Yeah, it's fun.
Including
And sometimes
Ron.
me by
Fun,
myself.
damn it.
It's
I call them
Ron.
Klopscasts.
Klopscast. Klops, do the Klopscast song.
I don't have one yet. I'll fix it in post.
Get it in post.
All
I
right,
like it.
Final words, Bonsai.
I really have to pee.
All right.
It's not even a joke anymore. I just
Bye.
really
See
have
ya.
to pee. Is 111?